Hello and welcome to Practical Magic Life. We are here on our Wednesdays and we are talking about the 5-second connection to get you into your dragon guidance. Now, this is anywhere that you are, anyone that you're with, any answers that you need. There's just a very simple thing that you can do that allows you to know what's right and what's wrong, to know what's your yes and your no. So this is the very, very foundations of being able to get that guidance for yourself so that you don't have to rely on anyone else. You don't have to think, oh, I wonder if the nutritionist would tell me to eat that. I wonder if the bank manager would tell me to do that. I wonder if my partner would want me to do that. No one else is going to have to tell you anything because you will know yourself. So there is so much more available for you when you tap into the dragons. It's not just about getting guidance. I had a dragon fly in the other day and grill me about my business to sort of really see where any resistance was, where I needed to up level. She's done this for other clients and things as well. So this is a particular dragon that is purely your business manager, your CEO of your business, allowing your business to come all the way through. There's a money dragon. There's so much that dragons can do. And what else I was shown the other day by Bloom. I've been talking a lot about Bloom just recently, because when you're in negotiations or when you're having a difficult time, she can actually come between you and whoever you're negotiating with. Perpetrator, somebody whose energy doesn't feel very good, and she will sit in between you. It's like having a filter in front of you. It's absolutely gorgeous. And Bloom, as we all know, is the most playful dragon out there. Today, the lesson that the dragons want to give us today to really help you understand how to have this practical magic life so that you can feel your way forwards. We're going to do an exercise today. Like every Wednesday I come on and I do like these brief little exercises. So we're never going to have to settle for average, mediocre, other people telling us what to do, having the world drop at our feet, causing us chaos, whether we're working for ourselves and we don't know what decisions to make, whether we need to move house, do we want to live here, do we want to live there, is this person right for us, is that person right for us, all that kind of thing. So I call this practical magic, and this is where you absolutely begin. This is where you start, and this is a 5-second connection that I'm able to do because I've been doing it for a while, because I like it so much. I want to be able to share that with you. So this allows you to build a really strong relationship with yourself, and when you know yourself, you then start to build a really strong relationship with yourself as your soul, your dragon soul, let's put it that way. So you've got your human self and you've got your inner self. You've got your high frequency self, your higher self. So building a bond with your higher self, which is defined as your soul, meaning that you're feeling strong and feeling safe to go out into the world and do so much just to feel yourself safe and supported. In this state, you will develop rather quickly because you can't not. As soon as you find your home, you'll find your safe place, you find where you belong, you'll be able to sense things so much quicker once you get into that state. And what I'm showing you today is just exactly seeing what sits right with you or sits wrong with you. I wonder if you've heard people talk about, like, just, well, follow just what feels good. And you're like, well, I don't really know what feels good. So you really are being asked by the dragons, bring it all back to you. Really have a good relationship with yourself. Know what feels good. Know what's your yes. Know what's your no. So there's one thing that always separates somebody who's doing really well in life or someone who's really still struggling and seems like they're just caught in the bramble bushes or in the thick mud or in the treacle, or they're just not moving forward, and every time they just go back into the same circle. So whether you want the happier life, the more satisfied life, more fulfilled life, the more profitable business, it's seemingly all based on this: really knowing yourself. It's something that really separates the people who just accept what's going on, or the people who just kind of go, okay, I choose it, I decide it, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to feel into whether this is the right way to go or not. They get to know their path. So lots of people don't know or have never discovered This because you can't be trained by this by a normal coach. You can't be trained by this by reading it in a book. It's really, really knowing your intuitive language, and that's what we're going to be starting off you with today. So it can be a person. You can be a person who's like wanting to go places and do things and have a life work out really well for you. But it can just feel really, really, really exhausting. And it can be really tiring and troublesome and feel like a struggle and an effort. And are you able at those, even those points, I mean, we all go through stuff, don't we? Are you able at those points to sort of bring yourself back to you and step out of the way of what's going on? Step out of the drama. Hi, Selin. Step out of the drama and let the guidance come through for yourself. So many people out there are brilliant at being guidance, brilliant at looking into past lives, brilliant at looking into all sorts of things, getting cosmic messages. But when it comes to themselves, it's just like, ooh, I kind of doubt it. I don't really know if this is really what's going on for me. I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if I should do it or not. So you start needing verification. So sometimes life can just feel really hard and a struggle and effort, a lot of effort. So when we're getting inspired actions, it is always coming through our guidance. They come through daily. How can you trust the divine guidance that's coming through for you? Oh, I don't know if I should take that idea or not. I don't know if I should run with it or not. Let me just tell you, it's all a feeling, and that's why I'm training with this, what I'm doing today, because you really need to be able to track your own internal GPS, your internal body as a barometer to kind of know that is a message. That is just for me. That's going to take me so much forwards. Oh, yes. Sorry, Kellen. My Facebook completely and utterly disappeared today and yesterday in 2 little bits. And so if anybody is on here also who's watching, who's waited for me, it's because Facebook disappeared off my phone and Facebook disappeared off my computer. And apparently somebody else was trying to get into my account, so it's trying to be hacked. So everything shut down, and it didn't matter what password I put in, it wasn't working. Anyway, so I kind of knew I just had to sit and wait it out. So that is why. And I know we've had a couple of little glitches with this particular class. But anyway, we're here now, so we're not going to look into too many details on that. The dragons want me to know. Oh, right, yeah, huge blackout yesterday as well. All right, cool. So the dragons want to be able to teach you some of the really basic steps. Now, sometimes we've gone off and we've done some amazing things. We've got amazing skills. We can bring in all sorts of information for other people, but we want to bring it in for ourselves as well. So we really need to be able to know how to use our intuition, how to use our guidance for ourselves. Now, this is bringing it all back to you. This is bringing it all, like, you are the creator. You are the one who's in charge of how you feel. And if you're feeling something, is it from you? Is it from someone else? Where are you on this scale of things to understand really what's going on for you, what you're picking up, what are the signs for you? It's not like you go in, you do your reading and you're out. It's like you have access to it at any time, and you're able to ask the dragons, like, please show me the best way forward for this. Please, I'm open for guidance. So you start communicating with the dragons. Your guidance becomes the most solid foundation of you, of what you have and what you're able to provide for others, but what you're able to pick up for yourself. When you can track the guidance that's coming in, when you know that it's the guidance for you, when you've got simple ways to verify it, it just becomes the joy of guidance. It's like you've got higher consciousness, you've got your dragon guides all sitting there giving you the direct path, because you can feel it in and on your body, and you get the messages through very, very easily. Now, some people were very, auditory. They'll get them in auditory ways. Other people will have more sensations. Other people will have it from the inside. Other people will have it from the outside. You get to know your own language, but we need to start at somewhere. We need to start somewhere very, very clear, very, very basic, so that if you get some guidance and you go, oh, I don't know, You've always got to go back to something that's absolutely concrete for you, and you think, I know, because this is absolutely how it works for me. So it needs to be really spelt out so that it's supremely simple and doable, and you can have it like you've always got it as your playtime. The technique that I'm going to show you today is that you are able to do it when you're in company. You're able to do it when you're walking in a supermarket. You're able to do it when you're at a party and kind of go, I don't know, do I want to be here? Yeah, I do. Do I want to be here? No, I'm kind of grown out of this now. I want to go home. I want to be somewhere else. You always know what it is that you want, what's best for you, and what will serve you and your soul far better. So it's integrated so much into your life. It's not like you have to sit there for half an hour and zone out and then do a reading. It's just like you've always got access to it. So this is how your body is actually going to work for you. If you're ready to take on the foundations of this and really start to get this as your foundations, your go-to place, then we are going to go and deep dive into this, into the really realms of where you are able to just get very comfortable and know that's who I am, that's how I feel, and this is where my guidance all starts from. So we're going to start with that today. So let's get you prepared. Now, to begin with, it may take a little bit longer for you to get to this place, but the principle is that you get to get out of your head. That you get to go, and all the chatter and all the troubles and all the instances and the lists of things to do and everything that's on your desk, like there's lists here and there's lists there and there's more lists in the kitchen and there's more lists by the side of the bed. All of that can just be brought down into your consciousness. You put your consciousness into your body. In other words, there's nothing going on up here. It's free and it's able to understand what's coming through your body, and it gets deciphered, translated in your head into a language. Because what happens is we feel before we get it put into words, before we articulate something. We feel something like, God, you know, I felt that, but I didn't really ask what that was all about. I kind of knew that was going to go on. I felt it. You know, when you walk into a room and you feel the atmosphere, it's like, oh, something's going on here. So you're just consciously aware of your feelings. Your feelings are your superpower. So what you do, but you have to have this empty head, being able to zone out, come into your neutral space, anywhere you are, with anyone who you're with, so that you're able to come into this neutral space. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the more you do it, this particular practice, the quicker it gets. That's why it says 5 seconds. You can get in here in 5 seconds when you know exactly what the path is. So what you can do to begin with, you can close your eyes. You can concentrate on your breathing. If you want, you can breathe in deeper and you can breathe out deeper. You can bring your attention on the inside of your body. You can notice where the air turns, like there's a split-second decision where the air turns, when it's like, oh, in, oh, I need to start breathing out. And there's a flap that kind of makes you go, oh, breathe out. Breathe out, 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 breathe out. And then you go, oh, decision made, need to breathe in now, flap opens. And you breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And then there's a split second that you're looking for when you change the direction of your breath. And that brings your attention on the inside. It's enough attention to get you out of your overthinking, list creating, narrative, chattery, busy, complaining head. So bring all your energy into your breath and then find your heartbeat. Find your heartbeat at the very center of you while you're breathing. You'll be able to get like a little rhythm. Make it easy. If you're saying anything like, I can't feel anything, of course you won't. So just say, I am feeling in it. Why is it so easy to feel my heartbeat? Oh, there it is. The feeling into your heartbeat. Now there are some very long practices. I do have meditations to do with this in the group that allow you to sort of take yourself up through your feet and your toes and your thighs and your calves and your buttocks and your back and your shoulders and your arms. So but this is I'm talking about a quick way to go in to get your solid foundations of how you understand your guidance. So you've listened to your breath, listened to your heartbeat, you're at home in your body. Now when you're at home in your body, you've centered yourself on the inside. You found your safe place on the inside. You're home. And you're in neutral. It's like driving a car, like, oh, first gear, got to go and do this. Second gear, oh, I need to speed up a bit. Oh, before you go into third gear, let's go into neutral. You always go into neutral. Every single time you deal with a client, every single time you deal with someone outside, every single time you sort of always bring yourself back into neutral. This is like, it's a cleansing space. Like, oh, there I am. Come back to me. Everyone else can leave the room. So, we can use crystals, we can cleanse our energy, but imagine that you've just brought yourself back into neutral, and by bringing yourself back into neutral, it's automatically cleansing your energy. You're automatically grounding yourself. You're automatically letting go of anyone else's energy that you were just on. So every single time you go into someone's energy, maybe you've got a handhold or something that you do to tell your body, I'm going into someone else's energy. But then when you come back into your energy, you've just got this little anchor point. You've just got this handhold or something that you do that's very inconspicuous to anyone else. You bring yourself back in, and then obviously whenever you go back into that handhold, the body goes, oh, okay, we're going back inside, we're going to neutral. This is a very, very quick way to start getting information. And why do you get information when you're in this state? Because your head's empty. The dragons have said to me, oh my God, we can't get through, Fiona, because everybody's just got this big brick wall up because they're overthinking and they're panicking and they're worried about this and they're worried about that. It's like a brick wall and we can't get through. So the easier the suggestions they give me is how you can actually get into this zoned out place. Come home. Let the brick wall down for a little while and come into your empty head, come into neutral. Now the first question we're going to start asking from this place, when you're home in your body, the first question we're going to start asking is really getting to know what your definitive direction for yes is. I do this as a sway test because it's so obvious. So you can sit in your chair, make sure that your spine is straight, or you can stand up with your hands down by your sides, but still be in your neutral space, your empty space, your sweet spot, your safe place. So allow yourself to just sort of be pivoting here and just see yourself like a pendulum or on a thin cord strapped up all the way up into the heavens and down into the earth, and you're just being a little pendulum yourself. You are the pendulum. So you're going to ask your body right now from this state, you're going to say, please show me my definitive direction for yes. You may find that your body sways in a particular direction. You may also notice on the inside of your body that it feels a little bit different, that it feels a little bit more spacious, a little bit softer. So just do that again. Come back into neutral. Bring yourself as a pendulum, just standing very upright. And allow yourself now to just bring yourself to ask, please show me my definitive direction for yes. And see which way your body sways, and if you're able to, feel on the inside how it feels like that's the good way to go. That's the good feeling. Let's follow that feeling. So if you've got your direction for yes, then just, write down in the comments which is your direction for yes. Now what you can do always is before you go in and do a reading, before you go in and use yourself as a pendulum, you can always ask, please show me, please, I'm open for guidance, please allow me to be using myself as the guidance, allowing myself to be the pendulum. Always remember to say thank you afterwards you've had some sort of response within your body. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to ask the same question. So bring yourself back into your pendulum state, into neutral, so that you're just sort of swinging around, but you're kind of still. straight up and down, the energy from your top of your head down to your feet. And allow yourself now at this point, with your arms down by your side, sitting in your chair or standing up, ask, please show me my definitive direction for no. And it's a split second. It takes 5 seconds, if less, to find out what your direction is once you've prepared yourself. Ah, you veered off to the right. Very good. Anyone else? Let's just see what anybody else goes. If you're watching on replay, please let me know. Now, I don't like to say which way my body goes because I don't want to influence anyone else's, but maybe you can also feel what it feels like on the inside of your body. So then now just ask for the second time, just to verify, having yourself in the top, held as a pendulum, please show me my definitive direction for no. Allow yourself to hold the state and just be very grateful that you've been shown which direction is your yes and which direction is your no. The foundations for getting your guidance for yourself are just so simple. What you can do now is you can ask very simple questions. Now, these are the questions I used to sort of play with my boys at the bus stop when I was waiting for them, like we were waiting and they didn't really know what to do, and I was like, okay, well, I'm standing here with you, so let's just ask some questions. So I would ask my questions out loud, or I would ask my questions in my head, and I would still get their bodies to respond because you're talking soul to soul. So allow yourself to be in the pendulum again and start asking some very obvious questions that you know the answer to already, and just see the reference that you get. So you might say, and use your own name, clearly, don't use my name. Please show me my definitive direction to show me that Fiona is my name. My human name, let's just put it that way. Please show me, is my name, my human name, Fiona? And then you can just track that. And you can use this for anything. If you want to change your name, do I want to change my name? You can ask it in silence. You can also ask yourself, just to get your definitive yes and no, is my name Samantha? Ask yourself, is your name something else, someone else's name, and just see how your body responds to that. You can also start to use it to do with your nutrition or your health. So you would say, if you were presented with some food types in front of you, you would maybe concentrate on one particular type of food that's in front of you, put your hands over it maybe, and say, is this food for my highest good? You may get a no. You may also start to get, like, verbally, not right now. What else might you ask to do with this? You say, is this medicine for my highest good? So I was thinking of some particular natural supplements that I'm taking right now, and I got a yes. You may ask if you have somebody that you want to do a collaboration with or a joint venture with for your business. You may ask, is this person a good fit for me, for my highest good, for my business to work with? Always say thank you afterwards. You may decide to ask if you're going on a trip, am I best to leave now? What are the motorways like? Am I best to leave now or leave in half an hour? You may ask, is this trip for my best interest? Is this event, this party for my best interest? We overlook so much that we just don't really need to go to or get involved with because we feel we are compelled that we should. But you can ask, is this for my highest good? You may get a no. You may want to ask another question. Shall I, is it necessary for me to go? And you may get a yes, and you think, oh, that's a bit confusing. So you may think, well, on a social level, it's less it's a yes, but on a, on a benefit level, there's a no. You may also kind of find that you may have an idea that you don't want to be around certain people, so you need to be able to ask then for the protection or the support while you're in this particular crowd, that you are allowing yourself to be very attentive to your own energy. You may want to employ someone, so you may say, can I please show me if I can trust this person and the reasons that they want to work with me. So imagine that you're taking on a new coach and it's very expensive, so you may ask, is this person for the best good of my business, for the best good of me? Am I going to achieve what I want to achieve with this person? You may get a no. If you're going for a new job, you might want to say, will this job be beneficial to me in a year's time? You may get a yes or a no. And always say thank you. Ah, okay. Yeah, cool. So I have to do peopling this evening. Going to practice this while around being in a group. Yeah. See if I can get down and, yeah, exactly, get it down in a busy place. And it's a practice. I mean, sometimes I forget to do it if I go to a supermarket, you know, asking about food or something like that. So it's just practice. And I used to ask my sons when we were at the bus stop, I said, do you like pizza? Yes, I like pizza. Or would you prefer, you know, something else? And sometimes they would say yes in their mind, but when I did it silently, the answer might be slightly different. And it just became a game, just became really good. You can also ask when you're in a public place, when you're peopling, then what am I feeling here? So always make them yes and no questions. So am I feeling energy from this person? Am I picking up their energy? And if you get a yes, it's like, is that energy beneficial to me? No. Am I safe to be in this energy? Yes, no. There's a lot of questions that you can just keep asking. So the idea is very simple. The idea is very playful. Yes and no questions are a great, great way to start by getting into your responses, getting into your feelings, how your body responds, how your intuition is coming up as your silent language. Your sensitivity is your superpower. There are so many people that go, oh my God, no, I'm too sensitive. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel, because they've decided that they're going to block their feelings. But being able to be open to your feelings allows you to ask all the questions. I've had clients do this, I've done this, and it will work for you as well. Just like, I don't know, I've been invited on this holiday. Do I really want to? I really, really feel I want to go. And the whole information that came back was kind of like, nope. It's like, oh, that's interesting, because my head says yes. Holiday, people, sunshine. And then what happened was, she remembered, oh, well, yeah, last year they kind of really didn't get on. They were a bit squabbly. And within 2 days of her saying she wasn't going to do that with this group, another invitation came through for her that she got a solid yes from. And she was able to kind of then go off on a different holiday with a different crowd of people and had a whale of a time. You could ask about your car, you could ask about so many different things, but it's just a practice getting into it. So if you've been asking questions using yourself as a pendulum, some people use fingers and things like that, but I just like to keep with the really obvious, that your body will sway. And you think, am I influencing it? Well, just keep testing. You know, like if you're using a pendulum, if you're using the chain and the pendant and the crystal or something, you always need to check your yes and your no before you start, because otherwise you don't know what information you're getting. Sometimes if people are pregnant or some other things, the direction that the pendulum goes round, so like mine always goes anti-clockwise for yes and something for no, and sometimes it just changed at one moment. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And it can be, that's your influence, but the information that's coming back is still good, but you just need to understand the language that's coming back for you. So yes, it's simple, it's doable, it's playful. I would just suggest that you start using it. Yes and no questions, great way, great way. There is a distinct feeling that goes along with this way. So you may feel something that's happening on the inside of you. Remember last week we did the from relaxed to stressed. So you will have a feeling on the inside of your body as you walk all the way up to stressed or down to relaxed. Like, that's how you start to know what your feelings are within your body, and how you can detect when something's, that's not it, it's not going to work for me. So you begin to understand how that is within your body. So you can ask again, like, please show me my definitive direction of no. So you may notice how your breathing changes, you may notice how your body crumples, you may notice how your shoulders feel different. It's a state. So your state changes, your energetic state changes when it's a no or when it's a yes. And then you can ask, what's my definitive direction for yes? And notice how your state changes when you're in the yes mode. Sometimes we are going through life. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes the soul intervenes and pushes things to happen for you. You may get a sickness, you may get a physical symptom, you may get something happening in your business, you may have something happening in your household. So at this point, you can also choose to ask, not why is this happening, because that is just like too big a question. Although some information might come through, you might not be able to decipher it. So start with your yes and no and start to say, is this happening as a soul intervention? Is this happening as a way to move me forward? Is this happening to give me some guidance? Are you able to tell me what that guidance is? And sometimes then you go, oh, I don't know what else to ask. I certainly use this when I'm dowsing, when I'm asking, where keys are or credit cards and those kind of things. So that's one of the ways that I use it. Are the keys in my house? Are they in my handbag? Are they upstairs? Are they downstairs? Are they in this room? Are they in that room? And I get the yes and the no. And eventually I pin it down to one particular room. And I've come to absolutely trust what these signs are, because it just makes life so much quicker. Like, why would you go through the effort of having to go and empty out all your handbag, all the drawers and all the rest of it? And then once you're really, really happy and comfortable with the amount of information that's coming through, you can then start to understand how to really read. And this is what I'm doing in one of the groups I do this is in the Dragon Portal. The Dragon Portal is a 12-month program. And I teach you all of how to connect in with yourself, connect in with your body, and to understand your body language, how to ask your questions, how to call in the dragons. And we do this every 12 months. And people can come in at any time and they want guidance for their business, they want guidance for their soul purpose, they want guidance for all sorts of different things. And every single week we meet up and I'm giving them dragon guidance, because I'm saying, right, what's happening this week? What's happened this week? What happened worked? What didn't work? Did you ask? Oh no, I forgot to ask. Did you do this? Do that? I said, oh right, okay, I'm getting the information that this needs to change for you in order for you to do that. So read every single person in the group every single time we sit together. If you're just getting started, but you want some information just for you on your specific business, this is called Manifest with the Dragons. This is a 12-week program where I actually do get the dragons to read into your business. We follow that up. And what's actually happening there is the business dragon and the money dragons are actually coming through so that they can guide you, maybe why it's so important to you, why you're doing what you're doing, and also what your views and what your feelings are, your frequency is around money. So what we do is we actually ask the dragons to come in so that we can manifest better, manifest more. This is quite an intensive group because we want real transformations in a very short space of time. Are these the right prices for me? Again, you get your yes and your no, so you're feeling into it. You're always using your body as your barometer, always using your silent language, your guidance, because as soon as you ask the question, you will notice that you get an answer. But most people just don't know what to ask. They don't know that they're getting information through, so they never look for it. They don't notice it, so it just becomes avoided. So this is you having been prepared to receive guidance for yourself, working it down all the way down into your foundations. I absolutely love teaching people how to get guidance, how to connect in with their soul, how to listen to their business and what their business wants to say to them, understand about their health, understand about their life, understand about their relationships, understand about all sorts of other things by asking for guidance. Now, this isn't because I've done this myself. I'm getting guidance. So even if I've done something or gone through what you're going through, hey, you're different from me, so it's not going to be exactly the same for you anyway. I'm not giving you advice based on what I've done. I'm giving you a feedback of the advice and the guidance that I am picking up for you. Now that is a world of a difference than having a coach that is saying, do this strategy and do this. I've been educated in this and I've got the certificate for that. There are no certificates for this. You are your best guide. And the dragons are absolutely phenomenal at being able to get rid of all the other rubbish around you, bring you into neutral and get you the guidance that you need. My name is Fiona Robertson. I am a Grand Master channel for the dragons. I've created dragon cards. Yes, Glenn, we did do the business dragon, and I'm going to be sharing that out with other people as well, because it's been brilliant for me, it's been brilliant for you, and it's been brilliant for other people as well. So that is just, it's going to go viral. Yes, so that's me. I'm Fiona Robertson. Here is a Grandmaster channel for the dragons, being able to feed back to you exactly the kind of things that I hear for your business or for your life, so that you can manifest the things that you came here to do, to usher in the businesses, to live the way that you were meant to live all along. Have a wonderful afternoon, and if you have any questions, let me know. I shall put the links to the groups that I run underneath this, and there will also be very shortly, which might interest you, a lot of you, where you want to get started, Mind, Body and Soul, the Dragon Soul Academy. So this is where you really are getting prepared to open your channels, to open yourself up to your spiritual journey, and you're getting all the foundational tools all put in there as a package. So have a wonderful day, ladies, and I shall speak to you soon.